Well, we decided to sit down with Officer Andy. How's it going?
Wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, I reached out because I had saw like on Facebook with everything going on. You're reading out to the kids and such, and then it got me just to do a little bit of research. And so, how long have you been the officer or the liaison, if you will?
This would have been the end of my first or my second full year.
Okay.
I started in, gosh, what year is it? I was last year was my first full year, so this would have been the end of my
Yeah.
second, and then the year prior to that, I started in April.
Okay,
So there wasn't a whole lot of time there to
sure.
and it's learning something new.
Well, I think in you and I were talking just before this, just a little bit, and really one of the things that I thought of was the fact that I go to a lot of the high school games, and I see you interact with all that, which is cool. I mean, you run across maybe the basketball court with the Warriors flag,
Yeah.
or by the field for the football games, and I think that one of the things that I wanted to talk about, I mean, actually, you and I had interaction before, and have known you for a little while, but just the human side of it. That's the thing and why don't you tell us about that? I guess that was your goal anyway.
When I got the position, and even when I wanted to do the liaison thing for quite a few years. And I just kind of saw like the biggest breakdown was like us as law enforcement being seen as robots. Like we don't
Right.
think, it's black and white. And I've been in this profession now for 12 years, 16 in law enforcement total. But it's like 98% gray
Right.
with this position, and just showing people that, that we are human.
Mhm.
We can be goofy, and especially the goofy part of it. I think that has helped,
Right.
the most, and just, show that we are people too. Yes, we have a job, we do a job. But we don't have to be nasty about it when we do it.
Right.
And that, we can, have a lot of fun with it.
Right. And one of the things I think it's always, I mean, I always feel like you guys, when you go to a call,
Mhm.
it really kind of depends on the person that you're, interacting with.
Yeah, it really does. And I've tried to, days it's really hard, but treat people how you would want to be treated, even though they're being really nasty with you.
Right.
And a lot of times, a lot of times it works out for our benefit. Someone still might go, to jail being torqued off at us.
Yeah.
But, at least I know at the end of the day, I treated them like a human.
Right.
And a lot of it, you get later on and you have contact with people. And it's like, yeah, I remember how you treated me then. That was pretty cool.
Sure.
I was kind of a jerk. I've actually had a surprising number of those people, say, yeah, I was being kind of stupid.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, the thing that I like about it is obviously with all the coaching and refereeing that I do and youth sports here in town, is that side of it, is the interaction with the elementary kids. And, I mean, I remember probably last year, the whole silly string incident and where you did things of that. And yeah. So, I mean, but those things, even, obviously I don't have kids at that age anymore. But, I remember that. I remember that those types of things. And tell me some of the other things that you've done, because I know that there's no way I'm going to remember them all.
Right. I'm probably not going to remember them all either. It's usually some new circus show for me every day.
Yeah.
Let's see. I think probably the only reason this one comes to mind is because I was asked about it recently. The funniest thing that I've done so far was a dress up thing at the middle school.
Oh yeah.
In the tutu was for a fundraising thing.
Yeah.
And I pretty much invited myself to that one. I was up there talking to Mr. Tomish and Mr. Belchek, and I'm like, yeah, I'd like to do that. And they're like, are you serious? So it's just, I don't know. It's kind of in my nature to be a screwball.
Right.
So, and then kids being able to see that, yes, I can be professional, but I can still, have fun with it. Let's see that. So yeah, the dressing up in a tutu, leotard, what else did we have on? I had a tiara and stuff like that, and we sang the Baby Shark song in front of the whole middle school. So that to me so far has seemed to be like maybe the toughest group to bond with.
Oh yeah.
And my oldest son is ending 7th grade, will be starting 8th grade next year. So yeah, I can kind of see where it
Right.
where
And
it
I
is.
think, they're still trying to figure out, a lot of things about life.
Oh
So,
yeah,
um,
that they're not in charge.
yeah, exactly. And I've got 4 kids, and all have gone through, and my youngest right now is, well, he would have been finishing up his junior year, but
Mhm.
he's in Eau Claire, and so he'll be, going to his senior year. And that's one of the things, though, is I think about is how you've started this journey of reaching out or doing these things with the kids. And I think that right now they've, they're a little leery of it
Mhm.
sometimes, or a little leery of officers. And I think that one of the things that you're doing is showing that side of it where you're human. And oh my gosh, I think that down the road they're going to be, pay a huge dividend for that.
It will, and that's something that Chief and I have talked about. Is neither one of us expect this to be some magic wand solution. The first year or two, everything's
Mhm.
going to be great. This is something, and I've known, this is going to be 5, 6, 7 years down the road when kids that I've been dealing with or interacting with since elementary school are
Mhm.
now up into high school and starting to make different decisions.
Right.
But to see the payoff of that, we knew it was going to be a few years down the
Sure.
road. So it's
Sure.
um, that's one thing I'm glad with our department is that unless I really screw up and get removed from the position, or for some reason it were to be eliminated, which I hope not, um, that I can stay in this position until
Right.
for quite a few years. My goal is to retire from this position,
Yeah.
so I have a few years left.
Yeah.
But I know there's some departments that are only limited to like 5-year stints.
Right.
And I'm like 5 years in, and you're just getting your feet,
Right.
underneath you, and building relationship with kids. So that was, we knew it was going to be
Sure.
a longer stint.
Well, I hope that one of the things that I get out of it is I'm hoping that you can continue to do it. This, the community itself. I'm on the outside of it, so I'm not as far as in the on the heartbeat of it. But overall, there's just I know you guys deal with respect levels of all natures, but I'll tell you, every officer that I drive past, they always wave. They're always,
Good.
at different events, and I've never had any issues really. I think that it's always been a good interaction. I think Rue has done Chief Rue has done a great job. I've known him for years
Mhm.
too, and really support the entire, entire, I guess, squad, if you will. But
We appreciate that.
and really, it's interesting to see it. And again, there are so many eyes on you guys.
There are.
You know.
It's everything you do, we pretty much assume we're being videotaped
Mhm.
with it, and we're gonna screw up sometimes. We're gonna say stuff we probably shouldn't. But I would say probably just my opinion, I'd say, like 90+% of the interactions we have with people are positive or
Well,
decent.
that's the thing. Everybody's got a cell phone now, so,
Mhm.
so everybody,
Yeah.
not just you guys, but everybody
Right.
has been being videotaped, no matter what they're at. And I know, there's been several cases where they've posted, a video or a still shot of somebody, certain officers looking for that person,
And that has been
you
like,
know,
if I can say one thing about that, our Facebook following has helped us countless number of times
Yeah.
with solving stuff and getting. And some have been like, oh, it's a retail theft, who cares, big deal, you should be out doing this. Those are big things too, because we look at it as the broken windows theory. If we're not taking care of the small things, the little broken windows, those turn out to be bigger items.
absolutely. Well, the reason, like I said, I reached out is right now, currently, because of the COVID and everything was kind of shifted. You're actually reading now too.
I am. It's been fun. It was actually my wife's idea, and it's been really good. I've had a lot of kids, saying, "Hey, we're looking forward to your video and this and
Yeah.
that," and then kind of not being real happy with me if I take a day off, like on a Friday, and don't do a video. So I've done a couple from my deck at home. I know my family were out on a walk in the woods, and I'm like, "Oh, this would be a great place to do this one." So it's been helpful. It's the least I can do right now. I'd love to go and visit kids, at their homes, but there's different sides of the whole COVID thing, and I don't want to.
Right, and we
start
talk about
ruffling
that a
any
lot.
feathers.
Yeah, and that's one of the things. There's certain businesses that are open, some are
Mhm.
not, and it's a really wait and see approach, but everybody's got a really strong opinion about it. You know what I mean?
That's one
And
thing.
so you try to respect that and you try to understand that. But I'm just, like I said, I started doing these videos because of this whole thing, reaching out to people that are just going above and beyond. And I just thought that you were doing the same thing. I mean,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I would like to, I mean, usually, like I said, I do videos of like local heroes and really just shine a light on different businesses. I really just wanted to shine a light on not just you, but the whole, police officers in general. Our office here at Allstate is really, I guess, behind the blue anyway. And we really believe that it just takes respect. And with a lot of us that we have kids that are younger or they do. And then we talk about this all the time on a regular basis, that it's about respect level. And we just want to try to,
humongous.
and it's really diminished over a period of time. Not just, kids talk back and not just kids, but adults and, referees I can't imagine talking to teachers the way I know that some people do. And it's just amazing to me. And not that I even want to go down that road, but I really wanted to just say, you know what, you love what you do. You have a passion for it. And it's just amazing when I can see those things come out. I just wanted to sit down with you.
I appreciate that. I was actually talking to my oldest son yesterday he was telling me about, what he wanted to do when he grew up. I'm like, do something you want to do, that you truly love doing. Don't do it, because you're going to make $1 million a year or whatever. I said, that $1 million a year isn't going to mean squat if you absolutely hate going to work.
Right.
And, law enforcement, you're not always appreciated. You don't get, paid a whole ton of money. But I truly love doing it. And, especially with the school thing, I absolutely love it. So
that's exactly. I think that's what I was trying to get at it too, was the fact that you just, you go above and beyond.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I mean, and I know that the teachers and the staff talk about that too. I mean, if I remember right, they came in and painted your office and did some things.
That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, just because, and I know a lot of the teachers, and I know that I've had interactions with them, obviously, because I'm in and out of the schools a lot doing sporting events and of nature and all those things. And I think one of the things that I always talk about is the fact that, what they do. And that is, to me, that's what's been the greatest about everything, is just doing that. So,
yeah, it's an amazing staff that I work with at all the schools, not just one, but and from the top down, from Mr. Drost all the way down, I would say I'm towards the bottom type thing, but it's a great district to work with.
All righty. Well, thank you, Officer Andy. Appreciate taking some time and sitting down with me.
Absolutely. I appreciate it.
You bet. We'll keep looking for the stories.
All right. Sounds good. Thanks.
Yep. Bye.